Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Recovery Lab TV. My name is Chris. I'm your coach and sports therapist, and welcome to Wednesday, our recovery session. Okay, so today is all about literally recovery, mobility, stretching, yoga-based movements, kind of moving and freeing the body, just to kind of help you feel a little bit better, feel a little bit more kind of more recovered from our previous sessions, from life, from everything in general. So yeah, today is all about kind of relaxation, kind of stretching that body out, lengthening yourself, feeling a bit taller, feeling a little bit freer, and kind of really getting you going, because typically kind of Wednesdays tend to be that hump day, that kind of midday week lull. And hopefully this will pick you up and help you kind of feel a little bit normal by the end of it, okay? So welcome, everybody. Hope you're having a good morning so far. Let me know how you're doing in the comment section. It is always nice to see who's here and how you're all doing, you know? If it's your first time, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and the things you're going to need is potentially a glass of water, depending on how hydrated you're feeling. Depending on how cold your room is, if you want to kind of get some ventilation in there, it's always good having fresh air. Morning, Bev, how you doing? And the rest of it, things-wise, little stash on the side. You're going to need potentially 1 or 2 yoga blocks, depending on your availability, and a yoga strap. Now, if you don't have these items, not to worry. Okay, all they're going to do is help you a little bit in regards to either decreasing or increasing the stretch for the yoga block. Okay, you can use another object. You can use like a foam roller to help you, so you're not squatting, like kind of stretching out so deep, and something stable to hold on to. You can use potentially a box, a chair, anything you have to help kind of increase that kind of stretch or decrease that stretch. In regards to the straps, all you'll need potentially is a towel. If you don't have a strap, grab a big long towel. It's just to hook your foot on to help you stretch in that sense, okay? Or you can use a belt. You can use a dog lead if you have any animals. But yeah, towels are pretty much a good go-to, okay? So good morning, everybody. Thanks for saying hello in the comments, okay? For those who haven't, don't be a stranger. If you want to use that, by all means do so, okay? Yeah, so getting it started. Shuffling it back, right? What you're going to do is just come down into this nice little area. You're going to sink your hips into your heels, just like so, and you're going to try and draw your chest back. Now, some of you, this is going to be really hard. Now, you kind of may want to, like I've said before, you kind of may want to sink into it and then come up nice and tall, okay? So if you have bad knees, just gently come down, tap and come up. But if you can, you're aiming to keep your feet as flat as you can, just like so, okay? Trying to open up your chest, you can really open it up like that, and you'll just pause in there for a second, okay? Take your time, focus on your breathing, just like so, keeping your knees as close together, bending them. You're going to feel a stretch in the quads, you're going to feel a stretch in your ankles and potentially up your shins where your tibia is, okay? And then I want you to open up your chest, and from there I want you to focus on your breathing. So focus on taking a big deep breath in through the nose and gently out through the mouth, okay? If you can count 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out, that'll be perfect. So nice and gentle. Great job. Really good. Sit nice and gentle. From there, you're going to take your knees out ever so slightly. Gently taking a sliding position down. Stretching out those fingers as much as you can. Sinking those hips down. You kind of want to walk it away so you can feel the stretch in the shoulder, in the back, as you're holding that position. Nice and gentle. From there, coming up, curving your back as much as you can. You're going to come over the top. You're going to come down. You're going to press up, stretching your neck up as tall as you can. You don't want to be in this kind of depressed state. You want to really depress your shoulders and push away from the floor. As you come in there, you should feel your abs lengthen, especially after the work we've been doing the last couple of days. You may be a little bit sore, a little bit tight, a little bit tense. Good. From there, hips back again. Come down, stretch your hands out, walk them away again. Stretch in, take a few big deep breaths in. And on the next one, take a big deep breath in, and as you do so, slide up, curving that back, really grounding it, coming all the way over as you draw your hips forward. Come down, big press away, coming up again. Trying to arch that back as much as you can. Draw your hips down. Good, again, coming back down. Stretching it out as much as you can. Big deep breath in, coming up. All the way down. Perfect. Good. From there, what I want you to do, I want you to come down. Okay, you're going to slide your right hand underneath, stretching out your shoulder, stretching out your back. Good. From there, you're going to come in the middle, stretch. Then out to the opposite side. Back to the middle. And coming up to an all-four position, okay? So from there, using your right hand first, you're going to slide down, softening your left elbow, okay? You're then going to come up. You're going to come all the way around, stretching as much as you can. Come back, around, dropping the shoulder, rotating that spine as much as you can and sinking that hip ever so slightly. And really work on that mobility in the upper back, okay? If you focus on the shoulder and the rotation of the spine, it will really help with how far that arm can go. Big rotation. Sit. Sit. Good. From there, coming back up, swap your sides, sliding down as best as you can. Big rotation around. Really challenging that back. That's it. Keep rotating as much as you possibly can. All right, you're doing amazing. Okay, big stretch, especially at that last point, where at the top, that kind of last 10% of the movement is really where all of the development is. Okay, so real big stretch. Coming around, keeping it up, keeping it going. Good, okay, so from there, drawing one leg up, keeping the other leg down, okay, holding that position, just kind of really getting comfortable there at the moment, okay? You want to try and keep your foot facing forward, all right? So I've got my heel, my wrist, and my wrist in line, okay? I've got my wrist, elbow, and shoulders in line. I'm kind of really trying to just open up those hips by drawing my hip forward and squeezing my bum as best as I can. I'm going to feel the stretch on my opposite leg. I'm going to feel the stretch in my groin. I'm going to try and keep my foot nice and flat, okay? So from there, keeping your foot nice and flat, you're going to take it out wide with your knee and draw it back in. So there's a small movement, but you're going to feel a little bit of a stretch there as you're holding those positions. That's it. Good. Really working the arch of your foot. Gluing the big toe down. Stretching out your hip. Good. From there, if you can, drop the outside arm. Holding that stretch. And then if you can and have the flexibility, okay, you're going to drop that inside arm down as well. Good. Big deep breaths. Good. Gently coming up. Leaning back. Hop your leg out. Okay. You've got your knee to the side. You've got one foot in front. You're going to try and hold those toes whilst drawing your knee down if you can. Now, if this comes easy to you, okay, I want you to stretch this opposite hand forward as you do so, okay? So, there. Big stretch. Now, if you're uncomfortable on the back leg, what I want you to do is grab a little seat and go into that position here and stretch forward, reaching forward here as well. Sit nice and steady. Should feel it in the shoulder and the upper back as well. Good. From there, coming up, swap the sides. Again, setting yourself up for now. Drawing the knee back. Making sure those wrists are underneath the elbows and shoulders. Okay, that foot is nice and level, facing forward. Try and separate the toes if you can. Give them a little bit of space. And then just draw the knee out, keeping the feet nice and flat. Out nice and steady, taking your time, okay? Some of you is going to feel a little weird and wonderful. You're not kind of necessarily used to doing these type of movements. Big deep breaths. Good, nice and steady. Last one, open and close as you close. Try and draw the outside elbow down. Again, if this is relatively comfortable and you can, try and draw that inside arm down as best as you can. Big deep breaths. So gently breathing out. Nice and steady. Big deep breath in. As you breathe it out, gently come up, back, hopping in the out to the side, reaching forward, holding the stretch. And again, if you don't feel as comfortable on that back foot, just drop down onto your hips, keeping that leg as straight as you can. Good. Gently coming back round into that starting position, okay? You're going to sink down, big stretch out, draw down into your hips, planting the hands, extending the knees up into that downward dog position, okay? Drawing down, heels down as low to the floor as you possibly can. From there, drawing the left leg forward, keeping your hips as still as possible, okay? And by still, I mean straight. And by straight, I mean imagine you had two little pins going through either side and it comes across and it's dead straight, okay? From there, you're going to walk your hands further away, bringing the chest down as much as you can. You're going to feel the stretch in your glutes, keeping that body nice and low. Nice and stretched, that's perfect. So big deep breaths, gently relaxing as much as you can. Good, sliding it up, nice and tall. So big deep breaths. Good. From there, walking it back down. Again, focus on that breathing. Try and keep your hips level. Good. From there, having your left leg forward, you're going to bring your right arm up. You're going to slide it under, and you're going to try and drop the shoulder down onto the floor, looking towards that hand that's underneath. Feel that stretch enhance onto your hips, your glutes, as well as the back and shoulders if you can. Big deep breaths, nice and gently, taking your time. Slow and steady. Good. From there, coming back in the middle. Take a big deep breath in. As you breathe it out, gently coming up, nice and tall. Big push away. Trying to lengthen those arms as much as you can. Squeeze those lower back muscles as much as you can. Planting those hands, you're going to come up. Extend the leg backwards into that single-legged downward dog position. Big deep breaths. Gently come down. Swap the other leg, draw it in. Reset the spine, keep it nice and straight. Keep your hips nice and level. Now walk your hands forward again. Just be aware that you have different levels of tightness on one side compared to the other. So big deep breaths, nice and gentle. a big deep breath in. As you breathe it out, gently coming up nice and tall, really extending yourself as much as possible. Squeezing that back, presenting that chest. Good, real good. So coming back down again. Nice and deep. Take a big deep breath in. This time as you breathe out, what you're going to do, you're going to slide that left hand underneath. Drop that shoulder down again, looking towards those fingertips. Feeling the stretch in your pelvis. Nice and steady. Taking your time. Good. Big deep breath in. Gently coming back to the middle. Walking it up. Again, nice big deep breaths. As tall as you can. Planting your hands. Coming back up. Extending up. Go down with your heel. Down with your chest. Extending that leg as tall as you can. Good. Gently bring it down. Bring it down halfway in a press. Pausing in 3, 2, chest down. Big draw up. Big deep breaths. From there, come back down. Pop your knees out. Coming up wide. Sinking it down as deep as you can. From there, what you're going to do, you're going to come up. You're going to roll over onto your back. Gently laying down. What I want you to do is lift both legs up. You're going to try your best to hold on to your feet as much as you can. You're going to try and draw your shoulders down into the floor, keeping your feet as flat as you can, just like so. I don't want you to kind of pull them in like that. Keep them as flat as you can, and you're going to try and draw down, pulling it with your arms. So you're trying to draw your knees to the floor if you can. You're going to open up your hips. You try and want to kind of have a straight spine, straight back if you can, as you're holding on and working through it. So big deep breath. Good. Gently stretching your legs out nice and straight. What you're going to do, you're going to point your toes to bring your feet together. Weight should be on your heels. Okay, you're going to point your toes. You're going to fan your arms around the side, holding them together if you can. Take a big deep breath in. Kind of really try and stretch yourself out as much as you can. Squeezing your head, squeezing your ears, pointing your toes away, lengthening your spine. The only things that should be touching the floor are your heels, your hips, your shoulders, and head. Everything else should be suspended. Really trying to stretch and lengthen your body as much as possible. Focusing on your breathing. Fanning your arms back, around, nice and steady. Big deep breath. Big deep breath in as you move around, keeping it as low to the floor as you can. Big squeeze. Stretching out as much as possible. Big deep breaths. Again, fanning it around nice and steady. From there, what you're going to do, you're going to lift up one leg, you're going to hold it on the outside of your thigh, and you're going to bring it over the top, shuffling your hip around, trying to go as low to the floor as you possibly can. Now, the main goal you need to focus on is this opposite shoulder, gluing it down to the floor. So I want you to extend your arm out, so it's in line with your shoulder, in line with your collarbone. I want you to roll this other leg over towards the floor as much as you can, but I want you to focus on keeping that shoulder down more than bringing that knee down, okay? Big deep breath. That's it. Keep it up. Keep stretching. Opening up that hip. Good. From there, rolling back. Recentering the spine. You're going to come down. Hold onto your ankle. Pull the lower part of your shin. And you're going to take that leg out as wide as you can. Pulling it down towards the floor. Keeping this opposite side loving and straight. Keep your hip down on the floor. Try your best not to rotate from one side to the other. Try and keep your spine nice and straight, your hips nice and level, so you can kind of really impact that inner thigh. Good. Back in the middle, feet together, point your toes, arms coming up, big stretch. Again, lengthening that spine as much as you can, lengthening that body as much as you can. Take a big deep breath in. Breathe it away, well done. Good. Two more. Nice and gently. Gently coming around, nice and easy. Lifting up that opposite leg now, okay? Same again, hand on the outside of your thigh, stretching out the opposite hand, keeping it in line with your collarbone, reaching over as much as you possibly can, whilst keeping your shoulder down as best as you can. So feel that glute stretch straight away. Big deep breath, nice and steady. That's it, nice and steady. Gently rolling back. Recentering the spine, holding on the lower part of the shin towards the ankle, stretching out from that knee down. So big stretch out. Keep trying to open up that leg. Big stretch out inner groin as you pull down towards the floor. Good. Again, lengthening yourself as tall as you can. Point those toes. Big stretch out. Big deep breaths in. Squeezing those ears as much as you can. That's it. Nice and gently. Fan it back around. That's it. Relaxing. The big deep breath in as you stretch back around. Squeezing those ears one more time. Lengthening that body. Good. Turn it back around. Okay, again, coming up. You're going to hold back onto the base of your feet, keeping your feet as flat as you can. Drawing those knees down, both sides, keeping that spine nice and straight. Shoulders down into the floor. So gently relaxing. Okay, so from there, what you're going to do, you're going to grab onto your yoga straps if you have them. Okay, if not, you're going to grab yourself a towel. You're going to hook it onto, if you have a strap, you're going to hook it onto your lower leg, just like so, just like that. Okay, now if you have a towel, you're going to hook it onto your foot, just like that. Okay, now from there, what you're going to do, you're going to lay down nice and flatly. Okay, you're going to hook your strap over the top, just like so, making sure that this opposite leg is dead straight. Okay, I don't want it like this, laying on the floor. I want it rotated and locked in, so the toes are facing the ceiling, my kneecaps facing the ceiling, my leg is dead straight. So it's really important that you keep that in line with your hip as you do so. Okay, now this other leg, you're going to have your towel or strap on the ball of your foot. You're going to draw your leg in as much as you can, keeping it nice and straight again, and take your time with it. Okay, once you get to your limits, you're going to hold it there. It's completely normal for it to tremor. You're going to try and relax as best as you can, using your arms to pull in, your leg, just be careful with it. You're going to take it to that point where you're feeling stretched, but you don't overdo it. You don't want to hurt yourself. So get to that point where you kind of do those little micro shakes. A little bit more if you can. Big deep breaths. So some of you should have your legs shaking ever so slightly, like mine is. That's all it is just challenging that neural system. Make yourself a little bit more flexible. Try not to avoid it. If anything, try and embrace it. So a little bit more if you can. Big deep breaths. Keep breathing. Allowing the leg to do what it's doing. Good. From there, gently bring it down. You're going to strap off. There, you're going to lift up. You're going to hook over the top. Now again, you're going to hook it over. You're going to hold it up like so. Okay, round your heel, round your ankle. If you're wearing a strap, you're going to do exactly the same that I'm doing. Okay, and potentially put the strap underneath your back and then lift up. Keeping that leg as straight as possible. Lift it up as tall as possible. Goal is to try and glue your shoulders down, keeping your arms nice and straight. Focus on your breathing. So nice and easy. Big deep breath. Gently breathing out as you come up. You're coming over. Going over to the opposite side. Keeping that leg as straight as you can. Perfectly normal to feel a little bit of cramp on the opposite side of your hip. Try and keep that hip still. Kind of embrace it if you can. Try and lock that leg out nice and straight. Feel that stretch in the groin, in the side of the thigh. Big deep breaths. Good, big deep breaths, nice and gently. Gently sliding it down. Swapping over legs with the straps. Again, hooking it around the ball of your foot. Nice and gently. Making sure that opposite leg is dead straight. Again, remembering that the toes and the knee must be facing the ceiling. And then take your time as you draw it in. Remember that each leg is an individual and might not have the same strength or flexibility, okay? So just be careful as you draw in. Try and embrace it as best as you can. Big, deep breaths. So big, deep breaths. Nice and steady. Big, deep breath in. And as you breathe it out, pull the leg in a little bit closer till you get to that point again. You kind of have to stop at legs going to tremor a little bit more. Again, focus on breathing. So one more big deep breath in. Gently pull it again, a little bit more, take it to your range, that limit. Just be careful of it. Gently hold it. Breathing it away as you do so. Gently relax. As you get to the floor, okay, you're coming up, coming over the top. Just nice and gentle. Keeping the shoulders down as best as you can. Lifting up the leg as much as you possibly can. Adding that rotation in the body. It's a big deep breath. It's a big deep breath in. Breathing it out. As you breathe it out, gently top sides, coming all the way over, all the way out to the side. Draw the leg out. So a big deep breath. Nice and steady. Nice and relaxed. So one more big deep breath in. Good. Gently lifting that ever so slightly, taking care, taking the straps off, down to the side. What you're going to do, you're going to bring your feet round. Okay, you're going to draw up and over. You're going to come gently around, trying to rotate that body as much as you possibly can. Looking behind you if you can. Big deep breath. Nice and steady. Try and push as much as you can away. Good. Gently coming back around. From there, what you're going to try and do is give yourself a big hug. Drawing your thigh into your chest and then pushing your chest up and out. Big deep breath. Real good. Good. Gently swap sides. Again, you're rotating, coming around as best as you can. Trying to face behind you if you can. Nice and gentle. Good. Gently coming back around. From there, cupping your leg again, embracing it as much as you can, drawing your chest up and out. Good. Stretching the legs forward, bringing your arms on the back, nice proud chest. Emphasize it as much as you can. Try and point those toes as best as you can. Morning, buddy. How are you doing? Good. From there, setting up nice and tall, bringing one hand over the top, holding onto the elbow, presenting the chest up, keeping that spine nice and straight. How are we all feeling, guys? We okay? Hope so. Hope you all enjoyed today. Feel a little bit better for it, a little bit more flexible, a little more bendy, a little taller. And relax, shake it out. So, have an amazing day. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. I hope you all enjoyed yourself. Thanks for getting involved. Thanks for taking part. Let me know how you're feeling in the comment section. Let me know how you found it. If you did enjoy it, please give the video a little thumbs up. Share with your friends. And like I said before, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, become a part of the community, and let's help this page grow. Thank you so much for your kind comments and more importantly, your time. Thanks for turning up each day and taking part in these sessions and part of these classes and keeping me busy. It means the world. So thank you. Have an amazing day. If you have any questions whatsoever, don't forget you can hit me up on social media. You can hit me up on this page and comment on any of the videos and I will get back to you. I see everything. So yeah, have an amazing one. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for our upper body prehab session, where we're going to really challenge that upper body, get those shoulders bulletproofed, help us draw back. And with time and with all these different types of sessions that you're kind of doing week in, week out, and day in, day out, okay, you should be feeling a real difference happening to your body. Don't forget to kind of do some of these foam rolling exercises, techniques, and stuff like that. So if you don't know how to, don't forget that we have videos on that on our channel as well. But that's going to help relieve the stress. Or nowadays you can get fancy massage guns that you can literally just use up against you. Don't forget to use those, and that's going to really help take a lot of the tension away that you kind of feeling during those stretches, and you're kind of like at that, like, oh my god, kind of feeling. So yeah, like I said, any questions, let me know, and thank you for your time. Have an amazing one, and I shall see you soon. Take care. Bye.